turbocharge your metabolism for your body type.
This will work for you today. You'll be able to lose it effortlessly.
Spark your metabolism.
I want this to happen. Boom!
The customized plan to burn calories faster.
It literally is the key that turns on the metabolism.
What to eat to burn calories 24/7.
They really do work immediately.
Next.
Can you see yourself in one of these pictures? Do you carry your weight in your belly? Or are you bottom heavy? Or are you shaped more like a box? Well, if so, you've just found the first secret to unlocking your body's fat-burning furnace, your body type. Now, whether you're an apple, a pear, or a box, your body type has a direct effect on your metabolism. So today, I'm giving you my secrets to turbocharge your metabolism for your body type. Dr. Jeffrey Morrison is a nutrition specialist. He studied the link between metabolism and body type for over 10 years. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I get asked these questions all the time, and I just like to take it back and at a high level explain how your body type predicts and in some way affects your metabolism.
Well, Dr. Oz, when you're 18 years old, basically you can eat just about anything you want, and your weight doesn't change. And with each decade, you get older, your metabolism slows, and your hormones change. As you get into your 40s, then the metabolism starts changing even more, and the hormones keep on getting imbalanced, and people's body shape will change based on the hormones, and fat gets accumulated where the hormones are imbalanced.
So how does our body shape help predict some of the health challenges we might face?
Well, the body shape has a lot to do with which hormones are imbalanced, whether they're too high or too low. And certain hormones will cause fat to accumulate in the hips versus in the midsection versus just all over the body. And that also can be a predictor for what type of health problems a person could be at risk for.
So let me say, if I can, so when your metabolism isn't working at the optimal level, right? It's like your body has the wood ready in there, but it's not quite burning it. It's not lit the right way. You're sort of stuck. Is that how a lot of folks feel? Yeah, you're nodding your heads. So what I wanted to do today is to turbocharge your metabolism. So I want it to work like this. Pretend this is that same furnace inside your body. I want this to happen. Boom! Is that what you want? Does that represent more what your body, you think, should be able to do for you? Because this is eminently doable. It's all understandable if you know your body type and if you can understand how to rev up that furnace based on what your body type is telling you. Now, before you can turn on your body's fat-burning potential, you need to know your body type specifically. Now, how do you know which one you are? Well, let's start by looking at the first type, the apple. If you're like 50% of women who have excess fat around their middle, you are an apple shape. As you age, your estrogen levels naturally decrease, triggering your body to redistribute fat around your midsection. And stress plays a role too, prompting your body to release the stress hormone cortisol, which causes fat to accumulate in the same area. So if you're apple-shaped, what can you do to blast your belly fat? Dr. Morrison, the apple shapes. Now, how does that predict their metabolism?
Well, the apple shape generally gains weight in their midsection. They tend to have a round face, they accumulate weight in their upper back, and they tend to have small legs. It has a lot to do with an imbalance in a certain hormone that is affected by stress. It's called cortisol. Right. And cortisol, we all know, is the stress hormone. And cortisol causes weight to accumulate in the midsection and especially around our organs. And that's a major problem because as the fat accumulates around our organs, it actually suffocates them and prevents it from the organs from getting enough oxygen, so they tend to dysfunction.
So why does cortisol, that hormone, cause that accumulation of fat, especially in the belly?
Well, the belly has specific cortisol receptors that soak up cortisol when people are under stress, and it directs fat to be stored underneath the stomach in and around organs. So it actually will cause the organs like the liver and kidneys to get too much fat accumulated around it, causing fatty liver and also sort of a suffocation to all the organs. And that's why it's really important for people to understand what their stresses are so they can lower their cortisol levels.
Right. So what we've done today is to separate the audience into their different body types. You may not realize this, but if you look around you, you see people who look like you. So where's Darylyn? Hey, Darylyn, how are you? So you're in the apple body shape area, the apple body shape area.
Yes.
And do you identify yourself as an apple shaped person?
Absolutely, yes.
And share with me some of your thoughts about how difficult it is to lose weight around the belly when you are apple shaped.
It's very hard. I'm always doing sit-ups and I'm doing the exercises, things that he was saying that probably are causing a lot of my problems. I do. I diet and exercise and still does not go away.
Does that sound like a lot of the rest of you? Yeah, we have a resounding yes from the apple section. Right, thank you very much, Darylyn. All right, Dr. Borsi, how does an apple's metabolism work?
Well, the interesting thing about an apple metabolism is that they're not the type of person that's going to be able to go on a low-calorie diet because the body views that as a stressful experience.
Right.
Also, excessive exercise is also considered a stressful experience for somebody that responds to stress that way. So the low-calorie diet, too much exercise equals increased cortisol level because the body's trying to be protective of a famine type of event.
Is that all sinking in? Because I get asked this all the time. People think I've got extra body fat, especially in my belly. They don't realize it. That's why today's show is so important. And then you start doing things that are stressful to you, which worsens that hormone, which makes it impossible to blast off your metabolism like we just showed. So what are the health problems that someone who has an apple body type more likely to experience?
Well, there's a number of significant health problems that people should be concerned about. Inflammation, high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, and even breast cancer. People wouldn't necessarily see the association between stress and breast cancer, but new research actually shows that there are cortisol receptors on breast cancer cells.
Can you just explain for everybody why some people accumulate fat in some parts of their body and others in different parts of their body?
Well, a lot of that has to do with different types of hormone imbalances. So with, as we said, with the cortisol level, with the cortisol body type, it's stored in the midsection. With other types of hormone imbalances, it can be stored in the hips or also just throughout the whole body.
So I mean, I'm curious. A question for all of you. What would it mean for you to lose your apple shape? In fact, what would it look like if you were going back to age 18 and how you appeared? Sound reasonable? Today, I'm revealing my secrets to turbocharging your metabolism for your body type. Now, we've already talked about the apples who are plagued with belly fat. The next body type, the pear.
If you store fat in your hips, butt, and thighs, you have a pear-shaped body. Like 2/3 of all women, your bottom area is the first place you gain weight and the last place you lose it, because your body wants to save this fat to convert for energy. So what steps can you pear-shaped women take to trim your bottom?
So, Dr. Morrison, what's a pear's biggest challenge?
Well, the pear's body type stores weight on their hips, thighs, and butt. And the reason for this is because of an excess of a female hormone called estrogen. The issue with estrogen is that estrogen is actually produced in fat cells. And it also spikes during pregnancy and every single menstrual cycle. So it makes it very difficult for women that might be consuming an imbalanced diet because every single time they're spiking their estrogen levels, they're storing fat. And once they store it, it's very difficult to get off. The saying, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips,
right,
speaks to this body type.
Explain some detail. You're all getting this message clearly, I see. Why does the pear type particularly wreak havoc with your metabolism?
Well, the pear body type is it's evolution. So throughout evolution, it was very important for women to store fat in their hips and thigh area because to get ready for pregnancy. In pregnancy, there's a lot of fat that can be readily used for the baby during gestation. But in modern times, our diets change, and our bodies have not evolved to the type of calories we eat, so the weight gets stored on us, and it's difficult to get off.
And it gets stored in places you don't want it to be. I mean, right?
For sure.
Cellulite is a big example of this. Can I just show you all what happens in cellulite? Because it's a good example of what happens in the pear body shape phenomenon. So we all have fat cells under our skin, no matter what part of our body we're talking about. But in particular, if you look at the thighs, it's a unique phenomenon because as you get older, your hormones change, as Dr. Morrison highlighted. Those hormones shift and allows these fat cells to suck up more nutrients. Things they wouldn't normally hang on to, they begin to hang on to, so they get bloated and big. And as these fat cells begin to squish out through this network, this web of material holding them in place, they begin to become more visible, creating that dimpled appearance that you all associate with cellulite. And add to this the reality that when these hormones shift, the skin gets a bit thinner, and each of these dimples becomes more visible. So, Dr. Morrison, why does the fat collect in the lower part of our body, in the cellulite areas, but in the sides of our bottoms, the buttocks in particular? Why does that occur?
Well, a lot of it has to do for evolution and for making sure there's enough calories for a baby when a woman is pregnant.
So walk me through some of the diseases that folks who have a pear body shape might experience.
Well, there's one of the most important ones for women to know about is osteoporosis. During a woman's menstrual years, they're producing plenty of estrogen, which helps to maintain calcium in the bone. And after menopause, the estrogen levels drop quite a bit, and women are not able to keep calcium in the bone. The other health factors include cellulite, varicose veins, and also joint problems.
So there's a bunch of things. And if you put those all together, you realize that although you have diseases that are different than someone who's an apple shape, there's still significant problems and headaches. And at the end of the day, you don't feel proud of yourself, which is why we're talking about this today, to get folks to identify what their body shape is and to treat that aggressively. Can you change your shape over time?
Well, you can absolutely make an impact, but an apple is almost certainly not going to become like a pear, but a pear could become like an apple. And
so the apples and oranges. How is that?
Well, the most important thing is to recognize is that if a person is able to change their diet, they're able to go back to their natural body weight and decrease the risk for diseases.
Again, your natural body weight is your body weight before these hormones began to change, before you become the pear or the apple. So coming up, I've got the perfect food plan for the pear-shaped viewer. But first, the big question is, what if you're both an apple and a pear? What is that? Yeah, you're all thinking about that, aren't you? Well, that's next.
Coming up, if you're both an apple and a pear,
This body type has the highest health risk.
the effects it can have on your weight and your mood.
Does that sound familiar?
And still to come,
Something that's really straightforward, really simple. You're going to kick yourself for not having done it earlier.
foods for every body type. Stay with us.
Bye, sweetie.
How are the kids?
Great.
Injection.
That is freaky.
Incredibles 2. Sneltickets kopen en huppakee.
Italianen weten hoe ze moeten leven. Met hun familie, met hun geliefde. Of ze nu tranen huilen, of puur geluk ervaren. Vind je dat ze te intens leven? Kan je te intens leven? Het beste delen met je geliefde. Dat is het leven. Galbani. Elk moment is perfect om het beste te delen. Betaal al uw online aankopen met Mastercard. Veilig en zonder zorgen. Bij misbruik van uw kaart wordt u 100% terugbetaald en hoeft u geen enkele franchise te betalen. Betaald, beschermd. Mastercard.
Ik dacht dat ik mijn tanden goed poetste, maar volgens mijn tandarts stapelt zich tandplak op tussen mijn tanden en mijn tandvlees. Ze zei stap over van deze tandenborstel op één met een ronde borstelkop.
Word een expert met Oral-B. Oral-B is rond om meer tandplak te verwijderen voor gezonder tandvlees.
Wauw.
Oral-B. Word expert.
Ontdek de Fiesta Active. de nieuwe crossover van Ford.
Extra van Kellogg's. Een heerlijke mix van krokante muesli, geroosterde hazelnoten en chocolade. Extra van Kellogg's. Smaak gaat boven alles.
Sprite. Een kick van natuurlijke smaken. Ontdek nu ook Sprite Cucumber en Sprite Cranberry. Zonder suiker. Sprite. Born to refresh.
Ik ga naar mijn trouw.
Oh. Brussel! Wil ik hebben met trouwen?
Fanta Strawberry Kiwi. Fanta Orange. Fanta Pink Pomelo. Fanta Exotic.
Welke Fanta kies jij?
Today we're talking about jump-starting your metabolism for your body type. Now, if you're both an apple and a pear, well, then maybe you're a box.
If you tend to gain weight all over and your figure lacks definition, you have a box-shaped body. You develop this body type if you are deficient in thyroid hormones, which are responsible for boosting your metabolism. When you lack these hormones, your metabolism slows down, making you sluggish and making it impossible to shed pounds. So how can you rev up your box-shaped metabolism to lose weight?
Dr. Morrison, what are the physical problems, the health complaints that folks who are box-shaped most likely to experience?
Well, with all of these hormone imbalances, they all can cause certain health risks. But this body type has the highest health risk because it's too low in thyroid hormone. Thyroid hormone is really about metabolism for the whole body. And there's some very significant health conditions that can occur and people should know about, such as depression, memory loss, high cholesterol, and enlarged heart.
For my box-shaped friends out there, does that sound familiar? Some of those memory issues? Yeah, they're cheering out there. They're chanting. So how does the thyroid affect the box type?
The thyroid hormone is really the hormone that unlocks metabolism for the entire body. It literally is the key that turns on the metabolism for every cell in the body. And for that reason, it actually, if it's low, it will slow down function for all body organs, including the brain, the heart, metabolism. And for that reason, also, there's a lot of symptoms that can occur with this, such as difficulty concentrating and memory changes, high cholesterol, and then like dry skin, dry hair, dry nails, depression, and even constipation.
Let's talk about mood for a second. You mentioned depression, and you know that seems to be something that comes up a lot with the box-shaped person. I mean, they're depressed because they don't like the way they look, but I think there are actually changes because of the way they look that change their mood.
Well, it absolutely has a lot to do with the person's self-image, but it's also really important for a person to know if their mood is low, that it could be related to a hormone imbalance. And a lot of doctors now are becoming keyed into this and will check the levels.
We've talked, I think, in this country a lot about apple-shaped people and about pear-shaped people, but this concept of a box-shaped person, that's sort of a combination of the both, that seems to be relatively unique. I've not heard that before. Is that something that's common?
Well, I think we're seeing it more now, perhaps because of a number of reasons. Maybe because of the types of stresses that our bodies are under these days, maybe because of the way our diets have changed. But it's real, and people should know that they should be checking into this, especially if they find that they cannot lose their weight and they're having these symptoms that we've discussed.
I wish it was a box-shaped piece of fruit. It would be, you know, it would follow better. My secret is to turbocharge your metabolism for your body type. Now, a lot of you are frustrated that you're either an apple, a pear, or a box. The good news is that the right foods can be the key to boost your metabolism.
You know by now that regular exercise, frequent small meals, and plenty of sleep can all help to rev up your metabolism. But research now shows that certain foods can actually help the process, targeting the problem areas of your specific body type. If you're an apple, you need foods that will hone in on your belly fat. The pear-shaped woman needs fiber to target the fat below her waist. And if you're boxed shaped, you need foods to work with your thyroid to help rid the fat all over your body. By making the right food choices for your metabolism, your body type can burn fat 24 hours a day.
So let's start with the apple body type. Elizabeth identifies with an apple body type, which again is that weight gain in the middle part of our body. How hard has it been for you to lose weight there?
It's been the most difficult thing I've ever had to do. I seem to do everything right. I work out all the time. I eat right, and I lose weight everywhere but my stomach. It comes off easy everywhere else, but it stays stuck here.
And how long have you been working at this?
For actively since January, but I mean I've always had the problem.
So part of the reasons I like to talk to folks based on their body type is because all of our issues are a little bit different. For you, the main problem is cortisol, as we spoke about. It's a stress hormone. So the secret for all the apple-shaped folks out there to turbocharge your metabolism is, are you ready? To eat foods that are low glycemic. What does that mean? Low glycemic foods are foods that don't surge into your bloodstream and don't spike your blood sugar. If you don't get that big spike in blood sugar, that change in your body, those stressful hormones, won't accumulate that sugar as fat in your belly. And you'll be able to lose it effortlessly. That's why when I see someone with a big belly, the first thing I think is, what's stressing them out? What's stressing you out?
Oh, a lot of stuff. We're saving up for a house, work, family, everything.
Well, those are external stressors, but it turns out that carbohydrates are the biggest internal stressors for you.
Yes.
That's the big message here. Use your food to combat the problem that you're facing with your body type. So here are the foods that I want you to use if you're an apple-shaped person to help replace those simple carbs with. I'm going to give you 3 examples, but this is the basic philosophy. Less of those simple carbs. Again, low glycemic foods. So I love lentils for a lot of reasons, but I especially love them because they are packed with protein, and protein requires more energy to be broken down. So red pepper hummus, also lots of protein. It's got, some of the key vitamins you want to have in it as well, but it has spices in it.
Okay.
And those spices rev up your metabolism. Have you ever had that before?
I have not tried that particular kind.
Yeah. If I may serve you on the show.
Sure. Thank you.
So get that spice going in there, get the metabolism boosted up. And finally, I love eggplant for a bunch of reasons. It also has some nutrients in it that are critical for the body of an apple-shaped person. But it's a great replacement for spaghetti because it's got the same texture and the same density as pasta. This is your recipe, and I want you to notice something. This is an apple-shaped display. I want to get credit for all this hard work we do here.
It's beautiful.
Nothing is forgotten. We leave nothing behind. It's all for you. Eat these kinds of foods, and without realizing it, even if you still have stresses that we all have in our lives, financial issues, marital issues, relationship issues, those are hard to deal with. I get that. Apple-shaped people don't cope with those well, and if you add to that stressful events inside your body, like the wrong foods, you'll tank.
Thank you.
I hope that's helpful.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
The next is the pear body shape, and Eileen represents this. How are you, Eileen?
Hi there. Hi, Dr. Ross.
So describe to me some of your battles. And remember, again, pear-shaped folks have weight issues in their thighs and their hips, all down here, the buttocks area.
Well, this has been a lifelong struggle for me, carrying all my weight on my hips and my thighs. I'm also a fitness instructor, and I teach 6 classes a week. And I want to be a better representative, but no matter what I do, I lose the weight from the waist up, but this seems to always be present.
It won't go away. So again, pear-shaped folks, what have we talked about so far? High levels of the female hormone estrogen. Part of the reason I think that you have a lot of weight down here is it's a great place to store calories.
Yes.
So if there's not a huge penalty to pay for it, except you're not happy with the way you look, then you're going to store the fat down there and get away with it. But it's not good for us for a bunch of other reasons that we've covered. So for all the pear-shaped people out there to turbocharge your metabolism, the secret is, are you ready? High-fiber foods. So the reasons you want these high-fiber foods is they'll bind up with the estrogen that's already too much in your body and carry it out through the intestinal system so it comes out in your poop.
Okay.
So your poop won't look any different, it's not going to smell different, it's not going to have anything special about it, but it'll have all that extra estrogen being pulled out because the fiber will have bound it. So let's look at some of the foods that I think will turbocharge your metabolism if you're a pear. Again, I want to call attention to this hard work we do. This is what shape, everybody. They're so impressed. So, the first food that I think you ought to be focusing on if you're a pear-shaped individual, the turbocharge your metabolism, is edamame.
Okay.
Edamame is rich in phytoestrogens. You guys like that? Oh, that's our pear section. Yeah, our pear section is happy over there. Edamame has phytoestrogens that are a plant type of estrogen. They actually block your own estrogen from doing things too much, which is a good thing, right? You want to have plant sources competing with your own sources so that you don't feel such a surge of this hormone that causes the accumulation of fat down below your waist. Edamame will do that naturally. Whole wheat pasta, big opportunity here. It's a great swap out for white pasta as well. And again, any little bit of extra calories you take in your body, if you're a pear shape, is going to accumulate down there because the body sees it as a safe alternative. This is a nice way of reducing the amount of sugar surging into your body. And then the third tip for everybody are figs. Why do I love figs? Because they're the fruit with perhaps the highest fiber out there that I personally adore.
Okay.
You like figs?
I do. I like them even more now.
So make these part of your diet and you will turbocharge your metabolism. And again, I'm not giving you ideas that will work for you 6 months down the road. This will work for you today.
Okay.
Today, your metabolism will speed up.
Great.
Because you're nudging your biology of blubber in the right direction.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And finally, the last shape is the box-shaped body. And I've got Saran here. So how often do you blame your metabolism for your body shape?
I totally blame my body type on a slow metabolism. My weight and my body type is because of it. I totally blame it in it.
So what kinds of things are you doing to get rid of that box shape?
I work out all the time, but the job that I do requires me to do push-ups, sit-ups, run all the time, and it's frustrating to do all that work and see no results.
What kind of job do you have?
I'm in the military.
Well, thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. That was wonderful. All right. Well, you look strong, so you're a strong box, but I know you don't want to look like a box,
No.
so let's talk about that. So the box shape is regulated by the amount of thyroid hormone that you're releasing. And remember, that's a hormone that affects a lot of different things in our body, so it's a clue to us that things aren't right either. To turbocharge your metabolism, if you're box shaped, you got to do something that's really straightforward, really simple. You're going to kick yourself for not having done it earlier. But now that you know it, I want you to do it for the rest of your life. Are you ready?
Yes.
From now on, I want you to eat foods that are high in iodine and selenium.
Wow.
Okay, these are two nutrients. We haven't talked about these very much, especially selenium. I've not really brought up on the show, but it is absolutely essential. So, what does the box-shaped person need to eat? Let's come over to my box-shaped demonstration out here. All right. So, seaweed, which I don't know why we don't eat more of in America. It is inexpensive. It can be crafted in so many different ways. They have seaweeds now with spices on them. It comes in sushi if you have it, obviously, but you can find it in many other ways right now. It's packed with these nutrients, iodine and selenium. Do you ever eat seaweed in forms other than sushi?
No. But I will now.
You can store some of these in your barracks. No one's going to bother you, or in your desk at work. Shrimp is a fantastic source of both of these as well, and it's also got some vitamin D in it, which is good for building muscles, which box-shaped individuals can use to burn off some of those calories. And I happen to love sunflower seeds. 1/3 of a cup a day. It's a great snack. You can spit the stuff out. It slows you down when you're eating it, so you can't get that many calories in.
Awesome.
Which is your favorite of these three?
Shrimp.
The shrimp. All right, shrimp it is. That's fine. You pick what you love. The big message here today, the big wake-up call is you know your body shape, find out what you love that will turbocharge this metabolism, and then watch the pounds ooze away. And then tell your friends what you did, because they're going to be jealous.
Yes,
right.
awesome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for what you do.
Thank you.
All right, when we come back, the foods that provide instant metabolic burn for every body type. That's next.
Up next, instantly boost your metabolism.
You took 2 servings there.
Foods for every body type.
It is working in that moment to metabolically boost.
Plus,
remember one thing from the show today. Remember this.
The superfood to break down fat. And later,
5 minutes and we're done? That's it?
That's it.
burn calories all day long.
Wat wil jij zijn? Een risiconemer? Een goede vader? Een grafisch ontwerper? Een catcher? Reiziger? Ontdekker? Dierliefhebber? Dromer? Surfer? Of zelfs een globetrotter? Het kan allemaal. Meer plaats, ultramoduleerbaar. Nieuwe Citroën C3 Aircross Compact SUV. Eindeloze mogelijkheden.
Citroën. Bobbejaanland is het leukste pretpark van België. Je hebt er een snelle, wilde, draaiende en keiharde attracties. En nu zelfs met virtual reality. Echt helemaal te gek. En dat allemaal vanaf €21,90. Daarvoor kan je toch niet thuis blijven?
You get dirty. You get clean. You gold. Get clean and smell great with new Axe Gold Body Wash.
I gotta get you out of this building. I need you to be brave right now.
Hold on tight. We got this.
Vanaf 11 juli.
I'll do whatever it takes. To keep my family safe.
Skyscraper in de bioscoop.
Dit is Dieter. Hij is gek op dino's. Echt te gek. Ook bij schade in je woning is AXA gemaakt voor jou. AXA Woonverzekering.
In Mario Tennis Aces speel je met jouw favoriete helden spannende wedstrijden. Zet de Nintendo Switch in de houder en speel verder op tv. Daag je familie en vrienden uit en gebruik de Joy-Con-controller als een echte racket. Kan jij winnen? Mario Tennis Aces voor Nintendo Switch is nu beschikbaar.
De nieuwe T-Rock. Toon je ware karakter.
Geniet van je favoriete Coca-Cola. En win deze zomer elke dag unieke ervaringen. Vind je code op de verpakkingen. Info op coca-cola.be.
Dus, ik kocht een nieuwe scooter en ik ging dat vieren met een lekkere pizza. Ik was een beetje verstrooid en bam! 2 meisjes maakten een foto. Die deelden ze onmiddellijk en het ging viraal. Echt zot, jong. Ik was overal te zien. Toen kreeg ik zelfs de hoofdrol in de film The Flying Pizza Man. En dat is allemaal dankzij u. Ik kwam langs voor een lening voor mijn scooter. U nam echt de tijd om mij te adviseren. Ook al was ik geen klant, bedankt.
Echt persoonlijk advies voor uw lening. Dat verandert alles. Beobank. Ontdek de verrassende mix aan smaken. Van ananas, komkommer en een vleugje munt. Finley. Het zit hem in de mix.
Today I'm revealing my secrets to turbocharge your metabolism for every body type. Ashley Kopp is a registered dietitian joining us again. She's going to show us exactly how to do this. So how do foods work for each body type?
Yeah, what's great, and we actually have 4 today that are just awesome because they provide all of the nutrients that your body needs throughout the entire body to work on your metabolism. So nutrients are really important. When we get the right nutrients, our body works the most efficiently. So that's number 1. Number 2 is that we really need to stimulate our digestion. And you can actually, as we're eating these, you'll feel it. You're stimulating your digestion. So what you're eating in the moment needs to be broken down. Pieces and parts need to go where they're supposed to be. Otherwise, they kind of stay there. And when they stay there, they go over to the fat cells. So we don't want that to happen. And then the third part of it is elimination. So what happens there is that these foods are actually part of making sure that the body eliminates what you're currently eating.
All right. So how fast can we expect these foods to accelerate and turbocharge your metabolism?
Well, you're going to kind of tell me as we taste them, but they really do work immediately.
All right, let's take a look at these. The first secret to turbocharge your metabolism, no matter what your body type, is harissa.
Yeah, and harissa is actually a spice blend. So spices individually they all have wonderful cleanup potential because they all have antioxidants. So antioxidants, they're like our digestive system's personal assistants. They go in and clean everything up. But what also happens with spices is I find for a lot of people that they're intimidating, or one particular spice, how do I know, what to put it in, and maybe I don't like one flavor by itself. So when you have a blend, and this is actually a Moroccan spice blend, so you can kind of get that flavor profile in your mind. When you have a blend, you get a flavor that maybe is going to be a little bit easier, more approachable for everyone. And also, in this case, you get the impact of all of those spices. So we have cumin, we have coriander, you see your chili peppers in there, and garlic. And cumin and coriander we might not know as well as the other ones. Cumin is really impressive because it helps with those enzymes. So enzymes like our pancreatic enzymes, they go in, they break apart that food and help us to eliminate it. And also in terms of its iron content, which is helpful for our metabolic system, for the enzymes in our metabolism. So, and coriander is great in terms of helping our liver. It helps to increase that bile production. So really good there. Garlic, great for your immune system, but also in terms of helping from a metabolic standpoint. What it does is encourages peristalsis, right? So we've got that movement of the digestive tract, helps to liberate fat. So it's getting that fat out of our body.
Now, I notice the actual spice mix looks like this, but you say we should mix it with olive oil?
Yeah, number one, we love olive oil. And olive oil actually has its own fat-burning help, right, in terms of our metabolism. But number two, the fat here is going to make the nutrients a little bit more available. And by the way, you took 2 servings there. You left the part where I was going to say you only need about 1/4 of a teaspoon, which is, like the size, right?
You saw I was going to eat it. Why did you stop me? Ashley, you're going to...
Kind of fun, though, right? It's working. You feel your metabolism burning?
Whoa, yes, it's burning.
Right.
Burning is the word.
That's right. So it is spicier, and you only need a little bit. So you can add, an 1/8 of a teaspoon. Spices are really potent. You can, put that on like a lentil soup, or drop it like a tiny little amount onto your eggs. We'll move over so you get something. Yeah, that's right.
Next way to turbocharge your metabolism, no matter what your body type, because I know you're all a little different, is grapefruit. So how does that work?
And grapefruit is, a lot of times actually people think about grapefruit and they go, oh, yes, a diet food. We've all thought of like, oh, you wake up in the morning and you only have grapefruit. And it must be because it's so low calorie, but actually it's because it's stimulating the digestive system. So it actually does 2 things. It's going to help with, it's a very rich source of digestive enzymes, in particular for protein. So it's really going to help to break down those proteins.
If you remember one thing from the show today, remember this. It actually accelerates your body's ability to burn fat. So if you're out there doing a little activity, a lot of my apple-shaped friends over here were doing that, and you imagine not burning off the fat, I tell you, this is how you do that. 30% more effect. Think about that.
And you want to actually, sometimes people take grapefruit or they ask me, can I eat what's in a jar? You actually want to see the white around the outside. There are a lot of nutrients in there. You also get a little bit of fiber. So don't try to avoid that white part.
And grapefruit juice, because I know a lot of folks, instead of having the actual fruit, will have the juice. You just mentioned it's the white stuff that we're looking for.
Yeah, and when we were talking about your apples, and really in terms of anyone who's looking to lose weight, no liquid calories. We don't want that liquid sugar, which is going to go in really quickly into the body, doesn't require the digestion, but you're also missing some of those nutrients. So I would say skip the juice and eat it. And look, we've got great options here. You can add grapefruit to a salad. It's great in terms of taste. And here, actually put the grapefruit on your plate when you're serving it. I mean, you can cut it out like this, or you can leave it. But that's just going to be a reminder for you that as you're eating your chicken, the grapefruit is actually working on it.
Who wants first
right then and there. Yeah.
Can I catch? You can catch it. One back there. She got it. All right. Next thing is turbocharge your metabolism, no matter what your body type, jalapenos.
Yes.
Spicy things.
They are. So what spice does, and are you ready for it? We're going to try them. Yes. What spice does is it heats us up. When we are heated up, just like if the body had a fever, when we are heated up, our cells are working faster. Okay, I'm going to interrupt you right away. Take from over there. Oh. One of the things, if you're at all, like I happen to love spice, I might go in.
Now she helps.
But that's I'm like, gotta pace you here. That has the seeds removed. So that's one of the easiest ways that you can reduce some of the, some of the spice amount. The other thing that you can do is you can cook it, which will help you. So, if you're making your eggs, or you're making a cheese sauce, or you're making a soup, actually put the peppers in and don't eat them raw like we're about to.
Whoa.
Oh, we got a good one. It's really spicy.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you want to combine it with dairy. So here we have low-fat dairy. You have some cheese. You have yogurt. Cultures all over the world. Oh. Wow, I'm doing fine.
Oh, please.
Sometimes,
she's tearing up. I can see
different
you.
peppers.
She's so emotional about this segment.
I love it. I love it. But you really do. You feel that internal heat. And one of the important things here is not just how quickly it works, but the fact that it is working in that moment to metabolically boost. It's not going to be working for you 3 to 5 hours later. So you don't eat this and then have an ice cream sundae later. That's not going to work for you. But if you have a little bit of peppers at one meal or you have a little bit of harissa at one meal, at that meal, it's going to be doing it.
And finally, the last secret to turbocharge your metabolism, no matter what your body shape, are sardines. Before you all complain, how do sardines work?
Oh, I heard it yummy. Good. We happen to love sardines, so I'm really excited about them. These little guys right here are powerhouses of nutrition. So, you know, at different times we've talked about the essential fatty acids in there. That's great. The protein in here is going to be great for you, building your muscles. The more lean body mass you have, it's going to support your metabolism. But what's unique in here, the B12 and also the CoQ10. So CoQ10 is something we often hear about just in the supplement form, but CoQ10 actually goes in and allows oxygen into our muscles. And when our muscles are more oxygenated, they're going to burn faster. So they are awesome for you. What you don't see here is you don't see carbohydrate. So these are a great option also as a lean protein source for you. It doesn't mean we want you to skip carbohydrate, but it helps you to reduce your carbohydrate. You're not eating that raw.
Any dares?
That's the raw one. I'm game to eat this, though. You want to eat that? That's just in some olive oil.
I get these cans in bulk, and I keep them around. It's a very smart way to go for all the reasons Ashley mentioned, and this should be part of your diet. We've just given you 4 foods that will dramatically change your metabolism the day you start eating them. Can a 5-minute workout speed up your metabolism? Well, it's true. Research shows that a quick, intense workout will turbocharge your metabolism to burn more calories for longer. Personal trainer Geraldine Cooper-Smith is here to show us how. So explain exactly how a metabolism-boosting workout differs from a regular workout.
Normally, we talk a lot about do aerobics, but now a lot of research is showing us that we want to focus on some anaerobic work, and it's that anaerobic work that seems to be the trick to rev the metabolism up, to really turbocharge that metabolism.
Anaerobic means you're out of breath.
Yes, it means something that you couldn't sustain for much more than 30 seconds, certainly not even a minute. Right. So you're really pushing yourself.
And just to go through this again, you have to use weights to do this?
Well, we're going to use some weights today because the other thing we want to do is we want to increase lean body tissue. We want to put down some more muscle tissue because muscle tissue burns calories even when we're not working out. So that's a great thing.
Okay, so we've got some audience members who have bravely volunteered to join me. We want to try this workout. Come on out, folks. Now, some of us are going to use these 2-pound weights that you have in your hand. You can put the weights down for now, but Ikea is using water bottles over here, right?
Cans.
You can use, Allison's got cans over there. Whatever you have in your house, it's only 2 pounds, folks.
Right.
You can find something easy. This is a 5-minute workout. That's all I'm asking you for is 5 minutes.
Yep.
It's pretty simple to do. And the last question is just break it down for me. How many minutes aerobic, how many minutes anaerobic? How's that going to work?
We're going to try for 30 seconds all out, and then we're going to have 15 seconds of active rest. It doesn't quite feel like rest, but it's going to be a moderate pace, not that high pace.
To catch your breath a little bit.
To catch your breath a little bit. So 30 seconds, pretty much all out, and then about 15 seconds of, okay, I can handle it, a little more moderate.
All right, so you're going to show us sort of the themes here, and what we're going to do is record a workout. We're going to put it on DrOz.com. You all have it, and you can take your time whenever you have a moment to actually do this workout. All I'm asking again is 5 minutes, and make this workout happen.
Yep.
You don't forget the hour things that we're all asking you to do.
No, this seems really effective from everything we know. All right, we're going to get down low. We're going to start with something called fast feet. That's it, really fast. And you're going to start to feel this breathlessness come on. This is the metabolic component. This is pushing those anaerobic systems. More movement, the more we burn calories, the more we get the heart rate up. After about 30 seconds of this, we're going to stop. We're going to drop down, and we're going to get into something called plank and saw. So you're on your forearms. Hello. You're on your forearms, and you're pushing forward on your toes. The idea is to keep the body like a plank.
This is the rest phase?
This is the quote-unquote rest phase for about 15 seconds, and it's going to feel very challenging. We're toning the core. And after 15 seconds of this, we're going to come up, and now we're going to grab our weights, our water bottles, cans, whatever you have, and we're going to do another full-body movement. This is called a squat press, and the idea here is it's a conditioning movement that's also increasing muscle tissue. We can work up to heavier and heavier weights, but we're really moving our entire body. And here, how I'm getting a little breathy here, that's a sign that I'm pushing myself.
I'm glad you're talking, not me.
30 seconds of this. And then guess what? We're going to drop down and we're going to do our old friend, the plank and saw, which we now know we're all experts at, right? And this is, again, whoo.
3 points of contact.
3 points of contact in the front. Really squeezing the abs.
Keep your feet together, or can they spread out?
They can spread out a little bit, sure. And if it really was challenging, you could put a pad on your knees. You could do it on your knees.
All right,
and then 15 seconds of that. All right, ready for one more? Okay. We're going to do something called wide out. We start with our feet together, and we jump out and in like a hopscotch. Out in, fast and fast and fast.
Arms out, too?
Sure, arms.
No, I'm asking. I'm begging. I'm asking.
You got it like a jack, which is fine. Really moving as much of the body as possible. And last but not least, dropping right down to our plank and saw again.
Going back to so again, we're doing we're doing this as much as we can for 5 minutes, and we're done. That's it.
That's it. We're done.
That's doable.
It's doable. It's fast, and it's fun. You want to make a game of it. We don't want this to be a stressor. We want to have fun with it, do what we can do, and work up to higher intensities as you get better at it.
So we're going to record the entire workout on DrOz.com. It's simple to do. Stay with us. In those 5 minutes, you will turbocharge your metabolism no matter what your body type is. And everyone's going to say, where'd you get the time? Only took 5 minutes.
That's it.
Knows they're a big part of the family. When we feel sick, we're tired, just plain blah, our pets can sense it. And sometimes, if you watch them closely, they may just teach us a healthy lesson or two. The first lesson is to remember to choose healthy snacks. So take a look at Corbin here. Corbin, of course, has been watching the show for years, knows that a good snack is low-fat Greek yogurt. It's full of probiotics. It's good for Corbin's waistline as well. Doesn't it look wonderful? I wish more of us were doing that. The next lesson is always try to stay active. So take a look at Billy and Smudge, two daredevil cats. Exercise is an important part of the day. It's even better when we have a workout buddy. There's the buddy right there in the background. Billy and Smudge inspire each other to get into their wonderful workouts. They get 10,000 steps a day, each and every day. I love that. I love that. Next is Samore sent us a video of his pet, Chelsea, who's teaching us a good lesson in hygiene. You need to have great hygiene. As you can see, Chelsea is a monkey. And even Chelsea, as a monkey, knows that a bath before bedtime is just what the doctor ordered. Isn't that very relaxing? How many of you want to do that right now? Isn't that great? And the last lesson is always take time to celebrate. So take a look at Ace's second birthday party.
Happy birthday!
Did you make a wish?
Sit. Blow out the candles.
Oh! That's fabulous. Everyone, including our pets, deserve to celebrate their birthdays. So Ace turned 2, and his cake was definitely there for him. He blew out the candles, and he ate his cake, too. I love hearing about you and the health of all your family members, including your pets. I'll see you all next time.